Hi friends, Liz here, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite some time since I last uploaded a video, and I've said on a few occasions in the comments that I will be posting a video, and I thought tonight would be the best time to do it because I kind of have an idea of everything that's going on, and I guess I just feel more in the mood now so that I feel like I'm kind of leaving you guys high and dry. First, I want to start by this poem, and I'm not sure if it'll resonate with anyone, but for myself, I've been going through some trauma, and it's been a hard time for me and my family, and I think this poem is something that can kind of be a little uplifting during times that are hard, and maybe if you're having a hard time too, you might find this a little bit comforting. It's just a small little, well, it's more of a quote by Robert S. Walker, and he says, "Instead of weeping when a tragedy occurs in a songbird's life, it sings away its grief. I believe we could well follow the pattern of our feathered friends." And so, if you're anything like me, music is a great healer in your life. I would hope, as it is for me. And I don't have one specific genre that I would say is my favorite. I don't really do favorites. I just love all types of music, and depending on my mood, that really sets the pace for what I'm going to listen to. You know, when I'm angry, I might want to listen to some heavy rock or heavy metal. When I'm sad, I kind of like to listen to, I'm really into classical, and I like to listen to sad songs. I know but it's kind of cathartic. It just releases that emotion for you. And so even just singing, putting on your headphones and singing, or going out in the car if you're going for a drive and just turn on the music and sing away, because that can be really healing as well. So I thought that was a little quote to start by before I get into some heavy information and an update as to why I haven't been posting. And yeah, so I think we last left off, I was I can't remember what week I was on Ozempic, but I was still taking, I think, 0.5 milligrams. And I was standing still, I think, at like 299 pounds or something like that. And so, yeah, as far as Ozempic goes, I'm now on 1 milligram. I don't feel any symptoms whatsoever. I'm not having constipation, which I was dealing with a lot when I was on 0.5. It was like a month of some serious constipation. Sorry, TMI. But yeah, that's actually quite a common symptom of Ozempic, and a lot of people struggle with it to the point where they stop taking it because the constipation is just too unbearable. But things started to regulate. I added things to my diet, and I added more water, prunes. I also started taking Restorelax, which is safe for the body, and I just take that, a little teaspoon, in a cup of water, and I drink that in the morning. I don't do that every day. I just do that on days where I feel like things are starting to get a little, because I'm very used to, yeah, anyways, TMI. But so, yeah, I'm not dealing with the constipation anymore. I'm not having any nausea, really. The odd time, it depends on what I eat, but for the most part, no more nausea. But the one thing that I am not feeling, and I don't know if that's because I've been on it for a little while now and it does it more in the beginning, is I'm not having as much as suppressed hunger. So what it is doing though is I'm getting full faster. So I'm only eating much smaller portions because I can't overeat because I get like that super uncomfortable full feeling even with a small portion of food. So that's very good. I haven't been overeating or anything like that. Um, what else? Um, yeah, so for the most part, 1 milligram is treating me good. Um, I have hit a plateau though, so I'll insert a little, I don't know if I have a video clip, but I'll insert a picture of what I weighed my last weigh-in, which was last Friday, and I'm at 294, and I swear this whole time that I've been offline and not posting, I've been stuck at about 294, which has been discouraging for me and has been adding to my low mood. And yeah, it's discouraging because I'm eating 1,200 calories a day, which is a super deficit, which is like way lower than even what the normal healthy weighing person would eat. In order for me to lose like anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds a week, it says that I should be aiming for 1,400 to 1,600 calories a day, and I still am even eating below that. I'm counting my calories per day, which is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's helping me stay in a calorie deficit, but it's also a bit triggering for my eating disorder because numbers, scales, weight, looking at myself, all that stuff is very triggering. But yeah, so I spoke with my diabetic nutritionist, and I spoke with my GP, and basically what is happening is I I have insulin resistance. Ozempic will help correct that, but not fully, and it also will take time. So between PCOS, having diabetes, insulin resistance, and the fact that I'm on anxiety and depression medication, that is making things extremely hard for me to lose weight. Like, I mean, extremely hard. Like, 1,200 calories, if you guys saw, it's really not that much food. So the fact that I'm not losing was really getting on my mind, and I didn't understand like what's going on. Like I'm doing the best that I can. Yeah, my activity levels could be a little bit higher, but that's hard when you're feeling depressed and going through a hard time. So that's been hard. I've been walking, so that's okay, and getting outside when I can, and doing my gardening. Got rid of all of the dead stuff and planted my garlic and onions and some more asparagus crowns. So they'll come up in the fall. Or sorry, they'll come up next spring. They'll start coming up next spring and summer. So yeah, I've been trying, but yeah. So I've hit a plateau. And so you guys saw me when I started this journey. And when I started this journey, I started at, I believe, you saw this journey when I started Ozempic. And I started Ozempic at 315 pounds. Before that, though, I had weighed in at 348.9 pounds. That was my heaviest weight. And I will insert a picture now of my before and after of when I was at my highest weight. And I'll insert that now. Oh, yes. That's, so 348.9, and then I started to lose some weight, and then March 29th of this year is when I found out I have type 2 diabetes. So then I cut all sorts of stuff out of my diet, and then I started to lose some more weight, and I got down from 348.9 to 315 pounds when I started Ozempic, I think July 29th. And so since I've been on Ozempic starting July 29th of this year, I've gone down to 294 pounds, and that's like 20, yeah, so I've lost like 21 pounds. So yeah, it's so, you know, like my doctor said and my diabetic nutritionist said, like, it doesn't feel like a lot since I've started Ozempic, but because I have lost over 50 pounds within a matter of like, oh, I don't know, 6, 8 months, my body's hitting a plateau. Add the PCOS and everything I was saying, the anxiety, psych medication, and the diabetes, and now insulin resistance, it's making everything a lot slower. So yeah, I'm going to stick with it. I don't know if I'm going to up my dosage to maybe 1.5 or 2 milligrams. We'll have to see. I don't want to push it too hard, but yeah, I'm just doing the best that I can. I'm sticking within my calorie deficit. I'm staying away from sugar. The odd time I might have something that has a bit of sugar in it, like yogurts. And yeah, I don't really want to like be taking in fake sugar. So like the odd time I do have sugar, and that's okay. You know, my dietitian said that's fine, and that even diabetics can't completely avoid sugar anyways. But a lot of the sugar that I am getting is like natural sugar. So like, for instance, you know, sometimes I eat a lot of real fruit, right? Like, but well, fruit in a can is real, but I eat a lot of fresh fruit. But if I am getting fruit in a can or fruit in a cup or whatever, this is just an example, I will get it packed in water, not in light syrup or anything like that. So the sugar that you're getting is just from the fruit. So yeah, that's kind of been my journey with Ozempic, and the reason why I haven't been around is because back last Christmas, my mom was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she had a surgery Christmas Eve to have part of her colon removed, and then she went on 8 rounds of chemo directly once she started healing from the surgery, and that was a lot. It took a lot out of her. The surgery, especially even recovering from the surgery, was just like, wow. Never seen her like that before, but she did so well, and I'm so proud. We're all so proud of her, but unfortunately, we got the news that after her chemo, they did a full body scan, and it looks like the cancer has spread to her lungs, both lungs. So I'm not quite sure how many spots there are. I think there's 3 or 4. The biggest one is measuring like 17 millimeters. And they said that the type of chemo that she would go on would be extremely aggressive, and that it wouldn't get rid of the cancer, that it would just buy her some time, but the time that she would have would be not a good quality of life, because the chemo would just have her bedridden. That's even if she would survive the chemo. So basically, what the oncologist is saying is that we should just live her life the best that she can and make every day enjoyable. And then when the time comes that the cancer has grown to the point where it's affecting her negatively, painful, and stuff like that, then they will make her comfortable until the time comes for her to pass. Now, the doctor isn't firm in that would I say, suggestion. He's going to reevaluate her case in January. But like for right now, she's far too frail and far too weak for any type of treatment. The 8 rounds of chemo really took a lot out of her, and she spends a lot of the day sleeping and resting, which is fine, where, you know, whatever she needs, whatever makes her comfortable, that's what we care about. But yeah, that was like a real blow to all of us, because we were really hoping that the surgery would have gotten rid of everything and that she would be okay. She's not that old, you know. Well, I mean, like, she could live such a long life still. She's only 75, so yeah, and she's like such an angel. She's such a sweet, lovely, perfect woman, and strong, and the fact that this is happening to her is just so unfair. The fact that it happens to anyone is so unfair, and cancer is just so evil, and it ruins lives. And yeah, so my mom will be going to her GP to get a second opinion, and we've been with this family doctor for a long time. She knows Mom like the back of her hand, so she will have some good advice for her. But yeah, the oncologist wants to reevaluate in January. She'll have a colonoscopy and another scan and some blood work, and then see how much it's grown. If this is, he says it's not a super fast growing cancer, but no, it's in the lungs, so like I can definitely see it's affecting her breathing a little bit. So yeah, so that's been really why I've been away, and why I haven't been in the mood for posting anything. And my aunt also passed away recently. Actually, suddenly, she was on vacation in New York with my cousin, and they found her, and they think she had either a stroke or an aneurysm. She was on life support for a while, and then moved to palliative care, and then yeah, she passed away shortly after. So on Saturday, I was at her funeral, and I did a speaking. I read a poem and Irish blessing. So I think it was a very lovely funeral. It was like a celebration of life, and it was exactly how she would have wanted it. But going to the funeral shortly after getting the definitive news about my mom kind of it set the tone a little bit. For it just made me, you know, intrusive thoughts and anxiety, and just low mood. So yeah, sorry, I know that's a lot heavy. I know that's heavy, and I love to give some positive news. Let's see, what can I give some positive news? Sully, come say hi. Here's a little positive news. Say hi. Say hi. Sully's my good boy. He says hi. You go lay down, baby. I've been doing things to keep my mind busy, a lot of crafting. I like to press flowers, and I press flowers, and then I make like art like this. This is just like for scale, it's quite small. I have a lot of bigger ones, and I like to do that for gifting around Christmas time or birthdays, or even just for myself. And yeah, so I'm hoping to get the ball rolling again for weight loss. I'm not sure, you know, if I need to maybe add some more exercise or some different type of exercising to kind of change it up, and maybe that can get the ball rolling again. But yeah, I'm like I'm stuck at 294 for like over a month, so I don't really know what's happening there. Hopefully it keeps going, but I'm trying not to let it trigger anything and or let it affect me in a negative way. Like, it was really weighing down on me. One thing I will say though is although I may not see like the number on the scale moving, I definitely see like a non-scale victory. So I'm definitely noticing a difference in the way my clothes fit. A lot of clothes that were tight on me when I was 248 or 348 are now loose on me, and I made waist beads, so I like to put those on. Like, a lot of people have their waist beads tied on, but I made a clasp for mine so I can just put it on and take it off when I please, and not keep them on 24/7. So I can definitely, and I take pictures, right? So I could definitely see a difference in the way the beads fit. I can, yeah, I'll insert a picture of me wearing the beads, and then maybe in a few months when I do another update video, I'll take another picture with the beads and we can see what the difference is. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the update. I'm currently looking for a job. I think I'm being very picky in what I am applying to, because for vet assistant jobs, a lot of them are asking for reception. And in my program, vet program that I graduated from, we did the program that they use is called AviMark, and a lot of programs, vet programs, do teach this software, but at our program we were not taught this software, so it's like it is quite confusing, and there are a lot of commands that have to be memorized in order to do that. Plus, while speaking, you have to do it all while speaking on the phone. And although I am really technically inclined, I am just want to learn the program on my own terms, because you can download it and practice it. And so in the time being, I don't want to apply for a job that wants you to do vet assisting as well as reception. So unfortunately, a lot of the positions that are available right now are asking, I have cat hair on my lip, are asking for reception work as well. So yeah, that's not something I'm interested in. I want to, my focus is surgery work, packing surgical equipment, disinfecting, um, restraining of animals, collecting samples, blood smears, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm trained in. That's what I'm qualified for. So, yeah, and it's kind of hard, because it's a little bit discouraging, because vet assistant jobs are paying minimum wage, and in my opinion, and I can say in the opinion of many others in my position, we feel that it's super hard work. That it's definitely 8 hours, but it can definitely push to 12 to 14-hour shifts per day. And it's hard work. It's not, you're on your feet the whole time. You're lucky if you get a lunch. So basically you're stuck to having granola bars and things of that nature on in your pocket, so you can just sneak a bite here and there while you're working, because there is no lunch break for animals. The animals come in all day long. So, especially when you're working in a veterinary hospital, yeah, they're coming in, and there's emergencies, and there's all sorts of stuff. If a dog comes in with, let's say, kennel cough, then there's a whole procedure where you have to completely disinfect the whole vet clinic because kennel cough is very contagious, and the last thing you want is to have your other patients getting kennel cough. So yeah, there's lots and lots and lots of stuff that has to be done, and you're on your feet, and I just it's basically next to being a nurse. So um it's worth more than $15 an hour, 15.50 an hour. So I'm looking for very specific jobs and being a little bit picky because I know I'm qualified and I don't want to work a job that I'm overqualified for. A lot of the jobs I've already applied for regarding animal care have already said that I'm overqualified for the job. So, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's my life story. I'll insert some photos at some point, either during the time that I said I would post a photo, but I'll do a before and after. I have two collages, well, two before and afters. I have one at my highest weight at 348.9 against a picture I took yesterday at 294 pounds, and I'll also insert a picture of when I started Ozempic versus yesterday at 294 pounds, so 315 to 294. So yeah, I'll insert those, and if anybody has any suggestions on what I can do to maybe get things rolling again, I'm totally open to any suggestions and willing to try pretty much anything at this point except starvation, which 1200 calories is teetering on the border of no, it's but yeah, I would just really love that. I hope you are having a great fall. If you're, yeah, unless you're in Australia in the southern hemisphere, and you're not, you would be going into summer right now. So yeah, so I hope everything's going well. I hope you or your children had a wonderful Halloween, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate your support. Bye for now.